What's going on, guys? We're back with another replay analysis, this time of fataliteddy. I think that's how you say it. It's supposed to be like fatality, but with Eddie at the end. We'll call him Fatal. So the guy says maybe Eddie once in a while. We'll see how it goes. So he got this, guys, through patreon.com/Gibbs00. There's a replay tier there if you want to check it out. I do 8 a max a month, and then people rotate out throughout the month. So keep checking it out. See if a spot opens up if you want it. So this guy, he was Challenger 2. Says he hasn't played a ton. He played like 10 to 15 hours back on PS4 when it first came out, and then has just come back recently. So he's been a little rusty, he says, which I'm like, all right, sounds good. He says he's pretty good positional-wise, and he's working on his aerials and dribbling and all that, which makes sense. Like that's I think you should work on position first, and mechanics will come through time as well. But yeah, let's get right into it. We'll start the replay over. And, yeah, we're going to go right through, see what he does terribly wrong. Love the face-off. See, this is, like, the most basic face-off in the world, guys. This is all you have to do. Just boost the whole way, and then just front flip into the ball. And it works, like, 9 times out of 10. Probably even more than that. So he gets face-off win. I like that he just goes for boost. Like, that ball's not his. He could have challenged, possibly, but he wouldn't have got boost then, so then he would have lost boost control, and so it's a good idea, and choose to grab that boost, especially with his teammate coming up. And his teammate actually had a pretty quality shot attempt and just kind of whiffed on it. Right here, he's just rotating around, smart. Probably right after he grabs his, this mid-boost, which I think he does. Maybe he didn't, actually. Okay, never mind. That's just a weird replay glitch. He goes for the back boost, then comes up for the challenge. Smart play there. Don't let them even, like, begin a dribble if you don't have to. It might be a little risky how fast he came up. I would probably wait for the first move. I usually wait till they tap it once for that first move, because there, he literally just shot the ball into your corner, which isn't that big of a deal. If you go a little bit too fast, they might cut it around you. At this level, Challenger 2, they probably won't do that too often. So let's go right here with this play. So here's a couple options. Everyone's along this wall, so if he goes up the wall, probably the arrow snick is probably going to get it. I like what he tries to do here. He tries to break and put it on top of his head. He doesn't turn around perfectly for it. Maybe if he turns a little bit more, then breaks, so he can start using his forward momentum quicker. But it's not bad. He still puts it on his head. Right here, he actually doesn't get under the ball enough. He actually just barely... The ball lands a little bit too far over, so now it has to just go out, like, in front of him. He can't, like, do a flip off his head or anything like that. So what he does is he tries to throw it anyway with his car. What I would do at this point, usually, like, he tried to throw it, but the great uniter, I guess, was there. Turned into a 50, which is fine. What I usually do, though, because that was a risky 50, it could have been great uniter getting a really good dunk on him, is if the ball's in front of you like that, try and... just let the ball roll right in front of you, and you just park yourself right behind the ball, slowly behind it, because then if they try and challenge you, generally they'll challenge, and if they don't go head on, the ball's just going to fly off your hood and go for a win. It still didn't hurt him here too much, but just got to be worried about those dunks just in case. Sometimes it's better to play the safer 50. Alright, so this play right here, this was actually probably Jammin's fault. He probably should have rotated around. He should see right now. He probably his ball came on, so he can't see it. He should see Fatal here coming around for the clear. This is definitely Fatal's clear. Jammin comes around a little too hot, though, and just takes it from him when Fatal would have had a better hit. I believe Fatal would have had a better hit. It was hard to tell, actually. Yeah, Fatal would have had a better hit, just throwing it along the wall. Instead, Jammin comes in, screws up the entire play. And then, like, Fatal tries to make something out of it. Like, he knows, like, it hits a... like about to come. What he probably could have done was put on the brakes a little bit quicker here, just to tap it along the wall. Like right there, he probably could have braked on the wall just to, like, make the ball sit there in the middle. But it works out. He tries to just throw a flip at it, which is smart. Just gets a weird 50 out of it, and just hustles back though. Luckily, he grabbed that boost, which was really helpful. But the other guy on the other team, the great uniter, I just want to watch his angle on this play. He's waiting for this pass. He's coming. Yeah, he just doesn't have an angle. He literally has to wait for that ball. Just a little unlucky for them. But Fatal gets the clear. Now this is a good push. Like, you just want to, like, push really quickly, like, on the counterattack. Generally, what I would do is probably maybe hit it maybe a little softer, so then you could bring it up the wall yourself and throw it for a pass for jamming. But it still worked out to be a pretty quality shot for jamming. Now this play here, these plays are weird. Like when you roll the ball like on the corner, there's not much you can do because passes are even really difficult when it's just rolling along there. But he actually cuts down a little too hard on the right. If he would have like cut a little bit more to the left, he probably could have challenged where the goalie comes in and tries to smack it back. He could have just flew around that area like a little bit above and maybe got the pass that way. Instead, he had to turn around a bit more, and then Arrow can just like bring that ball right along the wall. If he's on the wall, he can't do that. It turns into a different 50-50. Like either way, those are just really risky. So you might be better off just leaving at that point and let them get the rebound. What I like to do is roll it around the corner, see what type of rebound they get. Both players sit back and wait, and then like you can cover more ground and actually get some pretty quality shots from it. All right, let's go back here. Here, another shot by Jammin. Like Jammin's had a lot of good opportunities, just not really putting them home. That one was a little low. Just want to keep those high when you can. And this play right here is so close from Fatal. He tries to hook around the ball. He just doesn't get enough on it. He flips a little early. And, like, I don't know, just didn't get a lot of power on it. You just want to try and drive into that a little bit more, like, get a better angle. He could have cut, like, an extra inch or two or, like, I don't know, like 10 degrees. And got a little bit of a better, more power on it. Again, jamming. Another miss. This is just, like, frustrating at this point. They're not teammates, so that's just frustrating there. This is a good play. I probably would have went up the wall here. Here I probably would have attacked the wall because then what you can do is side flip and make a center. Jamming's out of the play though, so that probably isn't the best idea. It's better to just kill this ball as soon as you can. So that's actually a really good play. You want to waste some time, so let Jamming get back. Good bump here. And we'll move it out. Oh no! So these are the plays when like you have the net open. Don't be cute. Just drive that home. It's tough because Great Uniter was probably there, so I understand why he did it. These are just tough. You want to get a little bit in the air there to keep the ball down. You can't be grounded on those. And then like you just want to attack that outside corner post and just get a hard shot. Sometimes it's all about location. I understand what he was trying for. He wants the high shot because that's in for sure. You just have to get a little bit up in the air. Just do like a little baby hop or something. Just to get up. I know it's awkward like when the ball's rolling back to you. It's hard to get it in the air, but you got to just try and get that jump in and flip into it and hope you get a little bit of air time underneath it. All right, so Jammin again. He's up front. He missed here, though, so this is very important. Like, Jammin's out of the play for a bit. You don't generally, like, when you're the last one back, you don't really want to challenge the ball like this when they definitely have the next touch. Jammin is going to make it back in time, I think. But Aerosnake, this is definitely Aerosnake's ball. Very smart play by Aerosnake. Most people will try and block their net on 50-50, so it's a really good idea to throw it along walls, which is what they did here. Like, Fatal is blocking his net, which is the smart thing to do. You don't necessarily have to win this ball. He does, like, once he challenges, he wins the 50-50, or he goes for the 50-50, and at that point, like, he has to, because he's already committed, but he blocks his own net, which is really, really smart because Jammin needs time to get back. So even if he loses this, now it's on the wall, and it's going to take them a while to get that all the way out front in front of the net. So I understand why he's blocking the goal, but this also means that Aerosnake should know that, hey, like, that's like a winnable ball still for like Aerosnake. Like, both teams kind of do what they needed to do on that 50, and Aerosnake, he gets it around, which is a good play for him. It's just it's going to take him a little bit longer to circle around, and they're going to have to beat one more defender, which they do right here with the pass from Aerosnake. Let me go back to Aerosnake's point of view. So he wins it along the wall, and then what he does is he does the little pop off the wall, which is what you want. Like, you want to get underneath this ball. He gets underneath it, just a little tap like that. That ball is going to cream off the wall. And now we're just seeing the underside of his car. Look at it. Ooh. The DeLorean. Ooh, baby. Throws it out perfectly to Great Uniter. Because Jammin can't make this play yet because he just spun around in net. Because, you know, he had a long ways to go because of his miss. Which, if we go back, we can see his point of view. So he's just coming back. He's like front flipping back. He just got back. He's about to spin back, and he's like, oh crap, now I got to spin all the way around. It was just a really good play by Uniter. But that play all started because of Jammin's miss right there. So he's flying around here. This play right here, he should have never went for that. And that's what started that whole entire play. And this is what causes the goal. Rip. And there's the first goal of the game. We'll go back to Fatal. Alright. Now, here's the moment of truth. Who goes to the face-off? Alright, they decided. They did it correctly. Good for them. Fatal needs to fly for that. You don't want to chance this. Like, Aeronic, he doesn't have boost. We know this. But I would still fly even just a little bit in the air so Aerosnick doesn't go for the, like the double pop. Because right here, Aerosnick could just jump, do the double jump like while going full speed, and get this tip right over Fatal. I just wouldn't chance that play. I would fly up to it just a little bit earlier just to get a touch on it. It still works out for him, but it's just a little risky. Great pass here. Ooh, and the miss. All right. Let's go back, actually. I want to see what he did after his hit. So he gets the hit. Kind of just ball chasing here. Right when it hits the curve, he kind of understands, I can't really get it. So he just goes for the boost and tries to circle back. I mean, that's the best that you can do. Jammin kind of flew way too early on that. Oh, nice dribble, though. Nice counter-attack dribble here. He sees both guys not there. He knows he just has to boost this as quickly as he can. Barely makes it. He starts off really slow on this dribble. So one guy's in the air. The other guy misses. Now he's in the net. He knows he has time. He drove a little too fast. He was a little too excited at the start. He could have hooked around this ball a little bit better, but he makes up for it pretty quickly. He takes it a little long there, and then makes up for it. Drives it home. A good shot. That's what you do. Like, this helps a lot in ones. If you can try and get the ball into the opponent's net in like a second, like from anywhere on the field, maybe 2 seconds. Because whenever they miss a shot, that's like one of the biggest traits in ones is to just, wherever the ball is, find a way to get that ball to the other net in like 2 seconds flat. And he did a pretty good job there. So, well done. Let's go back to this aerial. So he's waiting. He just waits maybe a little too long, I guess. Like at this point, I guess he didn't know where Aerosnake was. But you should probably just challenge right here on the floor. But I think Aerosnake was going to be ready. So that's why he came back. And then he decided to come out. A little risky because at this point, see, right here is when he decides, I'm going to fly. You should never fly when the other guy has already started flying, especially when the ball is rolling away from him. Just barely, I think. It's kind of like right in the center. But like Great Uniter's up, and now both Jammin and Fatal both jumped up. And this is just like a common mistake that happens at all levels. You just jump a little bit too late, and now you're in the air, and you're kind of screwed. And you're like, well, I have to go for the blockage of the angle, which he did pretty well. And Great Uniter actually set it up for a really good pass. It was just unfortunate that Aerosnake was going back for boost. Just gotta be careful on those, and those happen at all levels. Everyone always thinks that they can win a ball, and then like, oh crap, I can't. It happens. You just want to try and make that happen less and less as you play more and more. Alright, let's see what he does here. Oh, see, this is a little panicky. No one's really around. He has plenty of time. He kind of just misreads the speed of this ball, actually. And the ball gets a little bit away from him. He's better off just picking up that boost and just waiting an extra second. Kind of flips, takes himself out of position, but he rotates back in time. So it's not the end of the world. Ooh, everyone misses here. I think both of them went for dunks. So this is what happens even at pro level. Sometimes you'll see these weird, where both people miss. Like, they're both kind of going for dunks. Yeah, they're both going for blocks. And they both miss. And that happens at all levels. It's gonna happen when you think the other guy's gonna hit the ball instead. Alright. Oh, this is actually a really, really good turnaround here. This is like, sometimes like these plays are risky, but this really works. Like, this ball is over a Great Uniter's head, so he can't make the play. And Aerosnake actually probably should have had this play, but just the reaction time for Fatal to turn around quickly kind of surprised them there. Oh, and they almost get the goal. It was a really smart play. Those plays are super risky because if you can't spin around quick enough, then again, it's one of those where the other team just wins a 50 over you. But smart play there, realizing the situation, and great handbrake turn to make it all happen. Great play there from Jammin. Getting some pressure. I'm surprised Fatal didn't move up. Maybe he didn't get this boost. It sucks that we can't see boost, but I think that might have been the case. No, he had boost. Good pop up. Oh, that should be a goal. There it is. Nice shot. So let's go back here real quick. I'm still wondering why he didn't move up, because he was the first one up here. Because, like, Jammin's out of the play, so he should be the passer and let Jammin be the shooter. But it worked out because, like, Jammin's just going ham, and Arrow just forces us to the mid to get around Jammin. And Jammin get a little bit of a bump on Arrow, and then this works out to just plenty of free time. This is exactly what you want to do. You want to throw this ball high. There was a goalie, a great uniter, and now he is not a goalie anymore because he's in the air. So he has, like, no chance at a save right after this. This is exactly what you want to do. Bait the goalies up to shots that are not in the net, and hopefully they can't reach them in time, which right here, great uniter cannot reach. And then it's also extremely hard for a goalie to save the ball when the ball's right above their head, and then it comes down away from them, so there's a shooter involved for the next shot. Like Aerosnick, he basically like sits on the goal line and is like, all right, take your shot. I will try and react to it. I'm hoping it's like right at me. And great shot here by Fatal. Gets it to the side of the net. It was a little soft, but the location. Location matters a lot more than speed most of the time. Aerosnick cannot make the save. Fatal gets the goal. Great setup to himself. Great finish. It's all about that location. Don't worry about your ball speed for the most part. Just get that location down. And ball speed comes with better mechanics and stuff too. So, great shot there. And we'll move on. Good challenge. Great challenge here. It is risky in twos to challenge like these type of plays. Jammin is kind of rotating back though. And sometimes, you know, what do you want to do? So, all right, right here. This is one like defensive thing that people should learn to do is when someone is trying for like a dribble on your team, you don't have to necessarily make them stop dribbling. You want them to make a move that makes the ball go too far in front of them, or it makes them have like their second move has to be a certain type, which is what Jammin tries to do here. He doesn't do it perfectly. And then when you are the dribbler, you want to make a small enough move that you can make another move right after. Here, Jammin tries to bother Aerosnick here at the start of a dribble, and it makes Aerosnick pop it to the side, but actually, like, Aerosnick has a decent dribble here to start, but he tries to go around the ball. And, like, this is very readable at this point. And then this is a great defensive stop. So you jump, and you wait to use your second jump to block, like, angles. And here he jumps, and then realizes, I have to side roll just a little bit to make sure I'm definitely cutting this ball off. That's what he does there. Gets the side roll. He actually, oh no, he actually front flipped to the right. But he front flipped late, so luckily. What I usually do on these plays, I'll show you real quick. Okay, so he turns around for it. Right here, I'm jumping, and then I'm just hanging in the air, and then I wait to see what type of cut it is. And once I see what cut it is, then I use my side roll to change my direction, and then you can block a lot of different plays. Plus, say they try for a pop off their head, then you can also just do your double jump normal pop, and also block that. There he gets a little lucky that he went for that diagonal front flip, but still got a piece of it. Just gotta be a little careful with those. But good save. Nonetheless, it was a good challenge. It was risky, but in twos, you have to take risks. It's just the way it is. There's not enough players on the field to have like a no-risk game in twos, so, and then it's turtling for a little while here. Again, with these like breakages of the ball, you should try and turn and face this ball a little bit more. And it kind of worked though, since like Jammin came to cover him, and then he's like turtling for a while. He's got to turn around quicker. Mash on that X button, make you flip a little bit quicker, possibly. If they allow it. I'm not sure if that would work there. Probably it should, but we'll see. Anyway, here he's just coming back. He should attack this ball really quickly. So this play, great uniter might have been able to do something here. It looks like he got spun out. No, he just left that ball. Like if he would have came in, Fatal was actually giving him a little bit more space than I thought. I thought he was going to attack the ball more just right along the wall. Worked out because great uniter left. But it could have been like a 50-50 ball. When it's in your corner, it's not the worst thing in the world to do like a 50-50, but Great uniter. When there's only 10, like there was like 10 seconds left at that point, you kind of have to go for it. And he just doesn't. Let's see. Yeah, it was like 12 seconds left. Great uniter's got to challenge that and hope for a 50-50 to his teammate. And that's one thing like a lot of people don't do. Like even pros sometimes. Time management, guys. When there's like barely any time and you're up by 1, you can be a little bit more defensive. Like don't leave your net when you have, like say it's a 3-on-3 or even a 2-on-2. Make sure one person's in net just in case something weird happens. It's probably a good idea. And then, of course, you want to drop the ball as soon as possible. But most people don't, including myself, because we like to play with the ball in the air. So, but generally, like say you're trying to win a tournament game, you want that ball on the ground as soon as possible. A good tip for that is you can actually fake aerials. Because no one's going to be underneath the ball. They'll think that you're going to hit it. And you fake the aerial and you purposely miss. And then the ball will usually drop. Of course, you have to be a little careful with those because you don't want to put yourself out of position. But it does work a lot of the times because no one thinks that you're just going to miss on purpose. Or, of course, just aerial the ball into open space. You don't always have that time to do that. But, yeah. Somewhere along the line, do a fake hit. And it usually works out pretty well. But that'll do it for fataliteddy. I think I got it right. Thank you so much for the Patreon support. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This was Challenger 2. Doubles. I love doubles games. They're fun to watch. And, yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Later.